Hi, I'm Jared with Fun Science Demos. We're back with another science story. Those Darn Squirrels by Adam Rubin is about a grumpy old man who gets frustrated with a bunch of squirrels because they keep raiding his bird feeders. This story is awesome because it celebrates science in a really neat way, and we're going to show you how today to build your very own squirrel catapults. At the heart of the story, these group of squirrels have to engineer ways of getting around the obstacles that the old man built to keep them away from his bird feeders. They draw blueprints and design the squirrel catapult. Now, to build our squirrel catapults, we're going to need some binder clips, some popsicle sticks, some toilet paper tubes, and some tape. Now, to get started, you're going to need to use a binder clip, and any size binder clip should work. In fact, you may want to make 3 different squirrel catapults to test how far each one of them launches the squirrel. Now, to get started, I'm going to be locking in my popsicle stick into the center tab on the binder clips. You can see it hooks in on each of those center tabs. Now, to make that fit better, I'm going to need to trim just the top tip of the popsicle stick. And I want to make that top part flat. Now that I have a flat part, you're going to see that it sets in that tab and catches a whole lot better. So now we need to secure this popsicle stick to the binder clip. And I want that popsicle stick to be as straight as I possibly can get it. And let's stick some tape into place. Now I'm going to have to squeeze the binder clip open so I can wrap the tape on the inside. Now I'm ready to really tape around this part of the binder clip and popsicle stick to secure it in place. Now we need to wrap the binder clip and popsicle stick with some tape. Now it depends what tape you use. Masking tape tears easily, so I might want to wrap it 7 or 8 times. If I'm using duct tape, I probably don't have to wrap it that many times. Here we go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to test out how sturdy and durable that is, and it looks pretty good. Now my next step is to do the exact same thing to the other lever of the binder clip. Here we go. Let's straighten out the end of the popsicle stick so that we can get a better fit. Now we're going to tape it into place. So I have the base of my catapult pretty much assembled. It's important to note that if I wanted to reinforce some of this tape to make it a little stronger, I could wrap a rubber band around this part of the catapult. That's just going to add some strength and integrity to my catapult because I am going to be putting a lot of force into this to launch my squirrel. That's going to help secure it. I could also loop a rubber band around the inner part here if I wanted to help hold it. All right, now my catapult's almost done. I'm going to be sliding my squirrel over this part of the launch arm, but I think I might want to make this launch arm a little bit longer, so I'm going to be taping another popsicle stick onto that launch arm, just to make it longer. So our catapult is ready to go. The way this works is I can secure the base of my catapult with my hand, and now with the extended launch arm, you can see I have a springing action that's probably ready to launch some squirrels, but now it's time to make our squirrels. To do that, we're going to need some toilet paper tubes. So now it's time to transform our toilet paper tube into a squirrel. To do that, I'm just going to simply fold in the top part of my toilet paper tube, and when I press it down and fold it, it's going to naturally start to form ears. So I'm going to push one side down, and now with my thumb, I'm going to push the other side and overlap it, and you'll notice it just naturally creates a set of ears. I don't even really have to tape it, it stays put. Now I can give the ears a little pinch to make sure it stays put, and I can have some fun drawing the face. So grab a marker and put on some kind of squirrel face. We're ready to go. Now we have to design something that allows us to attach our squirrels to the catapult. And to do that, we're going to make a little tail. It's a short, nubby tail, but it is a tail. We're going to need some aluminum foil. to make this happen. So you're going to start with a small sheet of aluminum foil, and it's really important that you have a straight edge. If you don't have a straight edge, it's pretty easy to make with a ruler. So I'm going to take my ruler, I'm going to line it up, and all I'm going to do is fold the aluminum foil over the ruler, making a nice crease. Take the ruler out, go over the crease, I flip it over, and now I have a nice clean straight edge. Now to make that fold, I'm going to be folding this piece of aluminum foil into a thinner strip. To do that, I'm going to use the ruler to help me. Here we go. I want to create a little belt or tail, and it doesn't have to be exactly this wide, but about that wide. So I'm going to give myself a little bit of a gap or a space, and again, fold the aluminum foil, move back the ruler, crease it. Now once I have established that straight line, I can just start folding the aluminum foil over itself and keep that straight line as I fold. I don't want this to be super thick, so I am going to stop after it feels sturdy enough. So one more fold should do it. Now I'm just going to trim off the excess, and I'm ready to wrap this around a popsicle stick. So this is going to become a sleeve that's going to slide over a popsicle stick, and you can see the squirrel tail just simply slides in and out. So to do that, I'm going to start to wrap this aluminum foil around this popsicle stick, and I don't want to do it too tightly. I also don't want it to be too loose. So I'm just going to start rolling it up over the popsicle stick. I don't need to go crazy with how many wraps. I wrapped it around 2 or 3 times, and that should be good enough. All I'm going to do is make sure it's fitted properly and snip off the end. And I should be able to get a few more tails for a few more squirrels. You might want to make a whole pack of squirrels, and that would work pretty well. Now I need to secure this in place with a piece of tape, keep it on the popsicle stick so it doesn't collapse on itself. The important thing to notice here is you'll notice the tape is wider than the aluminum foil, so I will need to trim that tape. So I trimmed my tape so it's not quite as wide as my aluminum foil. Simply secure it by wrapping it around the aluminum foil. Make sure it slides easily on the popsicle stick. If it doesn't slide easily enough, my squirrel will not launch. And I think I'm good to go. Now it's time to attach our little tail to the squirrel. Now I want to keep it on the popsicle stick so it helps me hold it in place. I have to keep this straight because if it's not straight, my squirrel will be on an angle on my launch arm, so I need it as straight as possible. Now I just need to tape this in place with a few pieces of tape.
Now I just need to check if it slides, and I think my squirrel is ready.
Time to load our squirrel onto our launch arm. I'm going to line everything up. It slides right over. She's ready to launch. Now before I launch, in the book, Those Darn Squirrels, the squirrels ran into some issues with their launching along the way. Let's hope we don't run into the same issues. Here we go. Now, here's how I would recommend launching. I'm going to hold the bottom of the catapult with one hand, and I should be able to grab the tip of the popsicle stick with my finger and pull back. So let's take our first launch of squirrel catapults. 3, 2, 1. Not bad. That squirrel actually flew 10 feet. Now to do it again, I want to keep an extra popsicle stick on hand because sometimes the little tail does collapse. So I want to run that popsicle stick through to keep it nice and safe. And I can launch again and again and again. And I can make changes to my catapult. I could try adding a rubber band around the mouth of the binder clip to add more energy to see if my squirrel can go further. I could try lengthening the launch arm even longer to see if that changed the angle of my launch. Or I could just try changing the angle of my catapult to see if I can go higher or to see if it can go further. There's so many things I can do with this squirrel catapult. We'd like to give a huge shout out to Adam Rubin and his awesome book, Those Darn Squirrels, that inspires science. If you want to learn more about forces in motion or other catapult ideas, check out our YouTube channel, Fun Science Demos. Science is so cool, especially when you can launch a squirrel. Thanks for watching.